Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have LeRoy. LeRoy is from California in the USA. So let's see what LeRoy has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, LeRoy. I'm very well. How are you doing today?
Oh, it's morning. I just gotta.
It says a lot. It says a lot. Thank you so much. I'm based in London, in UK.
But you're from Brazil, or?
I'm originally from Brazil. Yeah, I've been living in England for the last 16 years, and I was living in Portugal as well before for 5 years. So I've been here for almost 20 years now. Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
By the way, thanks so much for waking up so early morning on Sunday morning to the interview. Thank you.
Happy 4th of July.
Oh yes, and 4th of July. Oh my God.
The holiday, yeah.
I feel pleased. I feel very special now for you to take the time to do that with me. Thank you so much. LeRoy, just before we start the game, just tell me where you're from.
I'm originally from California, and I'm currently in California. I've lived a lot of different places in between. So.
Right, and what's besides the weather? What's the best part of living in California?
Best part of living in California is that because of the elevation change, right? You can be in the ocean, or you can be in the snow, or forest, or the desert, with a fairly reasonable drive. You know, everything is right here, so that's nice. Yeah.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a professor.
Oh, what do you teach? Tell me about it.
So I teach data analysis courses usually, and my work is on wildfire and climate change. So I work on the state climate assessment here for wildfire a lot these days, and we do projections, you know, of extreme events under different conditions, say 100 years from now, or 50 years, or next month.
Very interesting, very interesting. And what do you like the most about your job? What are the most interesting parts of it?
Well, I think it's something that can make a difference to help people understand how risk is changing and what that means for their home or their family or public health or infrastructure, and help people understand that climate change is something that's happening now and having real impacts already in the world today. And just how much worse it will get if we don't take action, both to slow down climate change, but also to make ourselves less vulnerable to its impacts. Yeah.
I see. And in your opinion, do you think we are going in the right direction, or there are lots of to catch up? There are lots of still to heal?
Well, we're going in the right direction in the sense that the energy transition is getting more likely. You know, under the Obama administration, there were a lot of money invested in renewable energy technology, and the same thing happened about the same time in China and Germany, and this really helped to drive down the cost. So, irrespective of the politics of who is running, you know, the federal government in the United States these days, the calculations have changed a lot, right? So coal-fired electricity is very damaging to the environment, but particularly for climate change, and it's very expensive now compared to solar energy or wind energy, for example. So. Okay,
good. Should I call you Professor LeRoy, or just LeRoy is fine?
LeRoy is fine.
Okay, LeRoy, so welcome to William and the Magic Box. I love the box, full of random questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a music now just for us to get a bit in the mood before the first question, all right?
Okay.
And before we start the game, if there is a question you don't have an answer for, don't want to answer, I always can change another one, okay? It's very friendly, chilled, not pressure at all, okay?
All right.
Let's do it. By the way, are you in your gym? I can see that some like gyms.
Yeah.
Equipment.
This
Good.
is my home gym and office.
Amazing. So you can join me in dancing moves as well between the questions. Good.
That's right.
Right, let's go for the first question. The first question is, what hurt your feelings?
What hurts my feelings or what hurt my feelings?
What your feelings? What hurt your feelings?
What hurt my feelings? Oh, it's always when people don't consider who you really are as a person, and they make assumptions about how you look or your age or your race or something like that, and they assume that they know what you're thinking. This usually doesn't go well.
Okay, good. Let's go to the second question. Let's do it. All right, next question for you is, tell us about your earliest memory in life.
So that's funny. I live here in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada Mountains in California, right next to Yosemite National Park. When I was a child, I used to live down in Southern California originally. But one of my earliest memories is actually my parents bringing me to Yosemite National Park, to the meadows in the Yosemite Valley. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's very dramatic, and there are these really tall cliffs. And I had dreams about that place the whole time I was growing up, not always remembering where it was exactly, and then come back later, years later, and see it and say, oh, this is the place of my childhood dreams, because I had visited very young. Yeah.
And do you have siblings as well?
I have one now, a brother. My sister passed away about 10 years ago.
Next question for you. Let's do it. Right, before the next question, you always wanted to be a professor. You always want to be, no.
That just happened.
How did you start your path? When did you realize, okay, that's what I'm going to do for life?
Oh, I guess when I got the job. I didn't think I was going to be professor material. It just happened. So I've been a professor for, 15 years. And before that, I was a research scientist at another university.
It's all connected. All connected.
Yeah.
Cool. Next question for you is, what 3 things do you want to be remembered for?
Oh my goodness. I guess my children, my contributions to science and society, and just being a nice guy, a good person.
You said you have children then?
Yeah, I have 2, a boy and a girl, teenagers.
Oh wow, amazing, cool. And they live as well in California with you?
Yeah, they live here. So.
Very good. Next question, let's do it. Right, next question for you is, usually, what's the first thing you think about when you wake up? Be honest.
That would be the morning wood,
No more details, okay? Next, no, I said no. I'm not gonna go into details. Let's go for another one. Let's do it. Okay, LeRoy, before the next question, and what's the most challenging part of being a professor, in your opinion?
You know what? Nothing that they train you for is what you need to do the job. So to become a professor, you spend years getting a PhD, And that means you're doing research and you're learning how to do this on your own. And really, to be a successful professor, you need to be a good politician, a good speaker, a therapist, a manager, a budgeting person, an accountant, a good organizer, planner. There's just so many things that your experience as a graduate student doesn't prepare you for. And then the job title may stay the same, but what you do changes completely every 5 to 10 years. And usually you have to learn all new skills on the job without any help to be successful, But yeah, your idea about what it is to be a professor, at least mine, is you go off by yourself and you think deep thoughts. You read a book or you read a paper and you make some contribution on your own. And that is not how science is done. And that is not what a professor's job is. It's very collaborative, and you have to be really good at working with other people, which is not something that most of us who want to become professors are very good at. So it makes it difficult task. Yeah.
All right, great. Next question for you is, who has been the most influential person in your life and why?
Well, so I guess that would be Naoko. I met her 26 years ago, and we got married 25 years ago. And she really changed me first, working on me for years, and then she produced these two beautiful children, and they've been amazing as well as difficult and all the good things, and then as our relationship changed over the years, and she really helped me sort of step out into the world and be the person I should be.
Amazing. And so far, what's the most memorable lesson you learned from her?
I think that you should appreciate what people have to give and not spend so much time worrying about what you think you should get, but appreciate what you can actually receive from people and what you can give them in return.
Good.
Our predictions about how our life is going to go, just like our careers, are seldom correct. And you'll be a lot happier in life if you learn to appreciate the reality that people are.
Very good, very good. Good one. Ready for another one?
Sure.
Let's do it. The other day I had a professor on my show as well, someone from Miami actually, but he lives in Manchester in the UK.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Like you, very well spoken, like, and actually was kind of big muscle as well, like tattoos. And I'll never say that it was a professor. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right, next question is, what is your favorite weekend activity?
Napping is really underappreciated. And weekends are those days when you know for sure that you can create time in your schedule for a nap, a good afternoon snooze.
Are you more of day or night person?
That's an interesting question. I guess I'm adaptable. It changes with what I need to do. But these days I wake up pretty early, so it makes it harder to be a night person.
Right. Cool. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, how do you make friends?
The way that I make friends is to be transparent and open with them, just to treat people um, the way I'd want to be treated, and to be honest upfront. So I don't have like a different personality that I use with people. It's just what you see is what you get. It's the same, whether it's on social media or in person or on video chat.
And your close friends, they are around you as well, like they live close by, or?
Well, I've made a lot of friends through like gay social media and things like that over the years. So they're all over the place, and which is kind of nice. You can go to any city in the world basically, and there's somebody there you feel like you already know them.
Great. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, LeRoy, just before the next question, what's the most common question that people approach you regarding the climate changing? There's like a common question that people always approach you about it?
Yeah, so usually it's one of two questions, and it's either, has this event which has happened, whether it's a big fire or whatever, is that climate change? Was that caused by climate change, that single event? Which is always a complicated question, right? Because in the real world, it's a complex system, and there are a lot of drivers, a lot of causes to things. But then the other group is really more about questioning the validity of science itself, or the scientific process, So usually it takes the form of asking, do you really believe in climate change? Do you believe climate change? And it's not a matter of my belief. I believe in objective reality, taking the truth of the world around us as it presents itself. And so climate change is physics. It's something that we've understood for well over 100 years, and we just, the climate system and its consequences don't give it when we think about it, whether we believe in it.
Absolutely, it's visible. It's there, isn't it? It's like it's in front of you. Everyone can see it. So. Cool. Right. Next question for you is: what makes you a unique person?
Unique person. I don't know. Are any of us truly unique? It's hard to say. I think what shaped me is when I was a kid, my father lost his job and went bankrupt. He had a company that he had started and it went under in the 1970s. And we ended up moving away from Los Angeles, California, first to a little cabin in the mountains in Mammoth Lakes area. And so I lived up in the mountains for a while, and then I moved to Saudi Arabia. And I grew up in Riyadh. And that really changed the trajectory of my life. Different schools, different experiences, and learning other languages and interacting with people from all over the world. And since then, as an adult, I made very different choices than probably I would have if I hadn't had that experience growing up overseas. So, I lived in Brazil and China and Japan and Austria, a lot of different places. Had interesting life experience.
So you lived in Brazil, but I'm originally from Brazil. Which part of where did you live in Brazil?
I lived in Rio and Saquarema, and also up in the mountains, not Teresópolis, but the other. I'm having a senior moment here.
But why Brazil? Why? It was just for
we got a fellowship. I was married to a woman who was a classmate at the time, and she got a fellowship to study Portuguese and to study Brazilian politics in PUC-Rio. And I went as her house husband, you know. It was really funny because we didn't take a lot of stuff, you know. We were living in, I would get up in the morning while she was at school and do the laundry by hand, you know, and hang up her clothes, right, you know, and then go shopping and come back and make lunch. She'd come back for lunch, and you know, so I was just home. And one day I was supposed to go meet her at the campus, and I went to the bus stop, and I wasn't sure if it was the right bus that was going to take me where I needed to go. So I was asking this woman who was waiting at the bus stop, you know, and she just kept looking at me, you know, and smiling. And I was like, I guess my Portuguese, you know, is not working. And then finally she says to me in Portuguese, you know, she says, "So you're the Japanese girl's American." And it turned out like the whole neighborhood knew that I was, you know, there was an American guy there, 6'5", you know, who was a house husband for this little Japanese woman. She had a lot of, they were all very impressed. And they just would laugh whenever they saw me. Oh, he's the guy who does her laundry, you know?
Did you learn how to speak Portuguese the time you spent in Brazil?
Not very well, no. I had studied Spanish in high school in California, and it all got confused. So like now I have like Spanish and Portuguese. It's all mixed together. I always use the wrong word.
Yeah. Right, let's get another question for you. Let's do it. Right, next question is, what talent do you wish you had?
Oh gosh, I wish I could sing or play a musical instrument. I'd be in a band and it would be fun.
Tour around the world, around the globe.
You know, anything. Really. I moved a lot when I was younger. So when I turned 30 years old, on my 30th birthday, I sat down and calculated I had moved 30 times in 30 years. So it was rare for me to finish the school year in the same school while I was growing up, and it made it really difficult to do like sports or music or anything like that.
As you mentioned before, that you lived in different places in the world. If you could choose, which place would be the most, let's say, memorable one, or the most, that one that you miss the most, and why? Which one would be, if you could pick one?
I think I'd like to live in Spain. I really like Spain. I spent a lot of time there growing up, especially in the summer. It's really hot and yeah. And I just like the culture and the food and the weather, and it's a beautiful place. So.
Very good, very good. Another question? Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Next question for you, LeRoy. What's the biggest difference between you and your partner?
Well, there's so many. I think the most important difference is we have very different opinions about what the thermostat should be set at during the summer. Yeah, I'm always too hot and she's always too cold.
It's always difficult to find a way, yeah?
Yeah.
Good one. Next question. Right, LeRoy, just before the next one, when you look back, this challenging time, 2020, since last year when we had this first lockdown around the world, what's the most positive thing you took out of it, and what's the most challenging parts that you faced during that time? Yeah,
so I had really been trying to make more friends. and going to the Bay Area regularly for work and for like doctor's appointments, things like that. So I live in a really small town in California, and if you drive a few hours down the hill, you can get down to San Francisco, Berkeley, big metropolitan area. And it's a nice place, you know, sort of an adult gay male, you know, to meet other men and try to make friends or a relationship. And what was interesting for me was having this 15 months basically where you didn't go anywhere for work or anything else, working from home mostly. And one, it was a good time to sort of reset, you know, our lives, decide what had been working for us before and what hadn't. Yeah, I think just the value of the relationship that had made became really apparent. You know, the people who were good connections stayed good connections. It didn't matter that you couldn't go see them right away or whatever. So you know, you really learn in a situation like that who your friends are and what are the good qualities in people.
Yeah. I think everyone find a way to adjust ourselves to this new world. I believe everyone found a way, and I think we got to a point that we had no choice but to, you know, to face it and to find our strength, you know, out of the challenge time.
Yeah. So it was an important period of growth for a lot of us, I think.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And we went through. I remember the beginning. My God, if someone would said that for me in 2019, okay, next year the world's gonna stop, I think I would laugh. I would like, what you mean it's gonna stop? You know, never. Crazy. I think no one would never believe. Anyway, we're almost there. We're getting there to this new world. Right. Next question for you is: what would be the title of your memoir?
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I don't know. You can't plan anything. I think it's the lesson of my life.
That describe you. Totally you.
Yeah, everything. You know, I think the best you can do is prepare yourself. You know, by trying to be the kind of person that would do well if you had the opportunities that you'd like to have. To be the kind of person that you would want to date. You know, to be the kind of person who follows through on things, can meet the challenges of the job you'd like to have. But everything else, like planning how you're going to get there, well, it don't work.
I agree. Next question for you. Let's do it. Next question for you is: what makes you most proud?
I guess it's two beautiful children.
I knew it.
Yeah.
And what's the most beautiful lesson you've learned from them so far in life?
Well, you know, you get out of relationships what you put into them. So if you want your children to love you, you have to love them. Fill them up, you know, when they're little, so that they have enough to share.
Very good. Proud dads. Right, so I have 3 questions left for you, okay?
All
Let's
right.
do it.
All right.
Right, next one is: what can make you cry and what can make you really happy?
What makes me really happy? What can make me cry? Well, I guess the sorts of things that make you cry. I don't know. I'm one of those people who cries too easily, you know. So like if I read a news article about some terrible thing, I don't get all, you know. So the crying part is not a big hurdle. What makes me happy is being with friends.
Easy, it's one. And when was the last time that you cried genuinely? Something that you remember that made you emotional?
Yeah, well, so I lost someone to the virus.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Recently.
Right, 2 questions left for you. Are you ready to go there?
Yeah.
Let's get another mood. Let's get the Brazilian music to put you in a better place. Did you remember some Brazilian music when you were there in Brazil? Any music that got your...
Yeah, I mean, I brought a lot of Brazilian music back with me. It's really wonderful. But the thing that I remember the most was I was living in Rio in this apartment, and we didn't have like glass windows. You know, we just had like a screen, right?
Right.
And 1 floor up and 2 windows down was this gay couple, and they just loved the movie Titanic. It had just come out, you know, and they played the theme song from the Titanic, you know, in English every day. Maybe like once every hour, hour and a half. I mean, I hated that movie. By the time I left Rio, it's like, no, not again, not that song, you know. Very dramatic, you know. They would sing along and everything. It's like, no.
So Brazilian people, we are very dramatic. You know, when you express yourself or sing, it's always a drama. It's always like unforgettable. Right, next question for you is, good question. Send away a message to someone, but you don't need to tell who this message is for. Just the person who will be watching will know that.
Well, yeah, thanks for all the beer.
Oh dear. Okay, LeRoy, let's go for the last question. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Right, let's go for the last question for you, LeRoy. What does your best friend do that comforts you the most?
He calls. Yeah, you know, just at random. Every now and then he'll call up and see how I'm doing.
Good.
All through the pandemic, you know.
Very good, very good. It's not the end yet. Okay, let's play now the word association game. So I'm going to give away some words and you just tell me 1 word that comes to your mind, okay? Quick thinking.
All right.
Let's start with money.
Forget it.
How about love?
Yes, please.
Family.
Precious.
Life.
Short.
Sex.
Good.
Politics.
Bad.
Religion.
Bad.
Okay. Fear.
Natural.
Okay. Friendship.
Essential.
Desire. Regrets.
Inevitable.
Success.
Chance.
Happiness.
Ephemeral.
Wish.
Love.
Okay. And if I tell you California, 1 word.
Hot.
And if I tell you climate changing, 1 word.
avoidable.
I like that. How about Spain?
It's a lovely place. Lovely. I don't know.
How about if I tell you USA? One word.
Tragic.
Okay. And the last one now, professor.
Oh boy. Yeah, no comment.
Okay, I'll leave there. Right, let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely partner for a cup of tea, and I'm going to ask her, tell me the most beautiful thing about LeRoy, and tell me something that he needs to improve on. What do you think she'll tell me?
She'd say I need to learn how to communicate better. And I think she'd probably say I was very genuine.
Oh, and if I would ask the same question to your children, they would say the same?
Gosh, that's an interesting question. I don't know what they would say. I think they would say I was there for them. But in terms of improvement, I think they would say I need to tell better jokes. Or maybe just stop telling them.
How is possible? You for the interview laughing all the time. How is possible to tell bad jokes?
Well, because they say they're all dad jokes. I don't know what that means exactly.
That's funny. Right, let's play now. LeRoy and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question, okay? Okay, LeRoy, you can ask me a question now.
Why do you do this?
Hey! Right. I feel very fortunate and lucky that this genuine idea came along on the first lockdown last year. That it gave me the opportunity to communicate with people worldwide and to see how people are so interesting, how people are living their lives. I believe that people that have so much to share, people around the globe, they have so much. I think everyone has a story to tell. I think we are very interesting people, and we always, I think anonymous people around the world, there's always something that they can share that people from the other side, other part of the world, they can connect with somehow, through the positivity or through the negativity, through the emotions or through the smile, like you're laughing all the time. I think there's always something that people they can connect with, and I think this platform, it's a beautiful way of people just connect with each other, just to have some fun and to see that they are not alone out there. Just for them to realize how much people there are so like lovely, interesting, and they can see that they are, they can somehow connect with them as well, and to see how amazing the human beings are. I think we go through so much, like in life, as some challenge, some beautiful, some emotions, everything. And I think people around the world I think this platform is a beautiful way of people just connect with each other, just to have a laugh, to have fun, and to see that there are so many interesting people out there. So that's the whole thing of the show.
It's a beautiful way to connect with people. I think, especially for those of us who could work from home during the pandemic, very isolating. Right?
Yes.
And very special.
Yeah, I think it's, as I tell you, LeRoy, I was telling you, I never forget the moment when I went for a run in the park last year. I'll tell you something now as well. I'm a very positive person. I try to see, positive things in life, even down the negativity or everything, the challenges. And I'll tell you something now, the first lockdown, I never find myself in such a state that I was so like, I was in a state that I could never thought I would be. Like, I was such in a challenge, face like a challenge. I think the whole world anyway was challenged. But I remember calling a friend of mine, like really anxious about just being alone. I was literally alone, and I felt so anxious. And I never forget the moment when I went for a run in the park and this idea came along, and I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm gonna do for life. I wanna do that for life. Just the fact that I can connect with people, and I'll never forget. And sometimes it was a proof for me that sometimes you need to go deep down to see that there is a beautiful thing out there as well. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to go through tough times just to see how the beautiful lights out there just waiting for you to ground yourself through these challenging times. So yes, that's the whole where everything started, through a tough time, through a tough time. And I found my way, I found my path in life, and I just want to do that for life. It's just so amazing to connect with people around the world. I could do that for 24 hours, no stop. So yeah, that's a little bit of this genuine projects. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for waking up so early in the morning on Sunday to be on the 4th of July. Such a remarkable moment in America. And then you took the time to be here with me. It's a blast. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. I just hope I made your day differently out of your routine. And before you go, if you don't mind to share just a positive message or a positive quote, something that inspires you in life.
A positive message. I think that despite all of the difficult things we've seen in the world lately, especially here in America, we had some difficult years recently. There are a lot of good people out there, and they're worth investing in. Reaching out to even people who are really different from you, don't believe the same things as you. It's not black and white. It's not either or. There's a lot of value there that you can find if you open yourself up.
Absolutely. I think when you're approachable, there are so many things that can happen if you're approachable and understanding as well. That's for sure. That's what I believe as well. LeRoy, thank you so much. It was a pleasure connecting with you. Thanks for your energy, your positivity, your smile, your laugh, everything, the contagious personality.
Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Enjoy. Bye-bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.